everybody. This is PHTV Channel 4 in Palos Heights. I'm Sue Jankowski, and we are at the library. And believe it or not, it's time for November and all the things that are coming up in November. And the further we get into the year, the busier it gets. And the library is no different. I'm very excited to have Janine with us. As always, Janine, hi, from Public Services. And of course, Tina from Youth and Teen. And we're excited to find out what's going on there. And I know a whole bunch of stuff that we can look forward to. Do you want to get started with us, Janine, today?
Sure. We're starting just a few announcements before we get on to our regular programs. Just to let everybody know, we will be doing our Veterans Day reception in-house again, back in the library, like we had done so many years in a row before COVID. That's going to be on Friday, November 11th, around 12 o'clock. This is always planned around the city's Veterans Day ceremony at City Hall. So if you're going to that reception, that event there, you can just come on over to the Veterans Day, to the library for a light reception for all veterans, family members, and patrons, for some light refreshments afterwards. So that
is turned out so beautifully, because there's a wonderful memorial service right at City Hall right before that. It's usually held at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And we get a nice big turnout for that. And then to follow up by coming on over to the library, it's just been so nice. I'm so glad that we can start that up again after a couple of years hiatus.
Yeah, it's really nice. The vets, their families, they can come in and sit down. People can visit with them, and we sit down and we have coffee and some snacks and so forth. So we get a chance to kind of meet them. We hear some stories. So it is a great time, and we do have a drawing for the vets who attend. This year is going to be something that's made from our Glowforge, which is going to be one of the new machines, or whatever you call it, from the Fab Lab we're going to have upstairs once we reopen up that. So that's going to be a really special gift we'll be giving away. And this event is sponsored by the Friends of the Library this year. So we're very fortunate to have the Friends and for them to be so kind to sponsor this program.
Oh, looking forward to it. Yeah.
And then, of course, the month of thanks and the month of for November, we're going to be just our holiday hours for this year. This month will be closing early at 5 o'clock on November 23rd, as we normally do for Thanksgiving. And then Thursday, of course, we will be closed to the day of Thanksgiving, so we can all be with our families. But of course, you can always go online at phlibrary.org to access our digital collection and our online resources. The library is never truly closed, because you can access so much with your library card online. So that's kind of nice.
That's really great. It's a nice thing. And if kids are looking for something too, it's nice for them. They're home for a few days. Actually, a lot of schools now are closed for that week of Thanksgiving. So Monday through Friday, a lot of children are home from school. They can access the library and enjoy, looking at things that way.
Right. Well, we start our month off with a special program on Sunday, November 6th at 2 p.m. This is an in-house program. We will have a presenter in the house talking about his book, From Chicago to Vietnam. It's a memoir of the war by Michael Duffy. Author Michael Duffy is shown in this picture with his brother. They both served almost at the same time during the war. They're about 18 and 19 years old, extremely young here shown in this photograph, which is the cover of the book. And the book really is a gritty and intimate, powerful story of the different situations he found himself in as a very, very young man. The Tet Offensive, the perspective of one brave soldier, Michael Duffy, whose lives, like so many others, will be changed forever. So he's going to give this very powerful presentation about this fascinating story he has to tell. And I read the book, and I read it probably a couple months ago now, and it still is with me. The stories he tells, very visual in my mind. He does a great job of talking about his experiences. And this program is also generously sponsored by the Friends of the Library. So we're thankful for them for that.
Very good. Good timing for that. That's for sure.
Yeah. And then coming up on Thursday, November 10th at 6:30, we have the Shipwrecks, Treasures of the Great Lakes. This is another program sponsored by the Friends of the Library. And this program takes place on the 47th anniversary of the sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald. And we are going to join award-winning shipwreck photographer Cal Cothred for a visual tour of 10 of the most photogenic and commonly dived shipwrecks in the Great Lakes specifically. He's got some incredibly breathtaking images and brief stories of each tragedy to tell the tale of life and loss and the tempestuous Great Lakes.
Oh, that's just going to be fascinating. I was going to say, Janine, and boy, when you mentioned the Edmund Fitzgerald, that song pops up in your head, right away.
Sure does. Yeah. And it's kind of bittersweet. Well, nothing really sweet about it. It is a, tragic story. And we're looking at the tales of ships that have gone under. But when you talk about them, you have a chance to memorialize some of the lives of the people who served on them. So that is kind of a nice way to look at it. We think of Lake Michigan. Most of us have lived around this lake our entire lives. We don't realize the strength of all of the Great Lakes, the history of these lakes, the ships that have sailed on them over the whole history prior to even this country. So, they were the lakes were the first highways in this area. That's how people got to this area to begin with. So in their little boats and the different clippers and all that kind of their schooners and to today's modern cargo ships and all that. So it's the history of the lakes itself. The nautical history is phenomenal.
It is. And, the Lake Michigan, I'm not sure about the other lakes, but Lake Michigan is notoriously treacherous. So it's not to be gone into lightly. This would be very.
Yeah. Okay. And then we have coming up on Sunday, November 13th at 2 p.m., The World of the Von Trapp Family. This is an in-person presentation. We have presenter, author, and historian William Anderson will discuss the background of the famous Von Trapp family featured on the movie The Sound of Music. He'll discuss their experiences as world-class singers, their current lives in the mountains of Vermont, and how their lives were portrayed in the movie The Sound of Music. And Sue, I don't know if many people realize this, that the Von Trapp family has gotten zero royalties from that movie.
Wow. That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, that movie was made completely separate from the family. It's based on their story, but none of the royalties of that movie or the plays or the Broadway shows that they're having now, because there is a show coming up in the area that they'll be playing Sound of Music. So we're going to listen to a little bit of that, hear that story about how that occurred. And it's, their family runs in outside of Stowe, Vermont. They run the Trapp Family Lodge, which was a lodge out in the mountains that you can go to. I've been there, and they do have their family story there. It's fascinating from the families when they saw the rise of Hitler in Austria, and what their concerns about leaving that country, taking their family to someplace safe because they could see the inherent danger of what was going on in their country, and they were able to flee and come to another mountainous part of our country to settle.
It felt like home that way.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to this program. And if all of you think you know the story from the movie, I would really encourage you to come hear what he has to say about their life story. It's just as equally fascinating. So join us for that. Yeah.
It's even better because it's, factual. Janine, did you mention, is this virtual or in person or both?
The presenter will be in person.
Okay.
Yeah, we will show it still. Our plan is to, even though we have an in-person presenter, we still plan on showing the presentation virtually. So those of you who can't get away on that day to come into the library, you can still tune in to view it virtually.
Oh, that's great.
That is our plan. We're still working little fine tuning little things here and there, but that's the plan.
I got two songs now running through my head. There's a lot of Sound of Music score that's pretty great. I know, that's probably not really that factual, all those songs that they sing, but, we all know that movie so well that that's another one that's really
What
good.
songs are in your head, Sue? Come on.
Oh gosh, Doe Deer and the singing with the hills are alive with the Sound of Music, and
How do you solve a problem like Maria?
Maria. I mean, all of them.
Yeah.
I could definitely sing along with the bouncing ball when we were watching the movie.
Right.
I didn't even need the bouncing ball.
Right. Okay, and our next program is on Monday, November 14th at 2 p.m. our Facebook Basics. You can learn about profiles, messages, posts, and adding content to Facebook in this introductory class. All attendees must have a Facebook account and be able to log on during class so that you can follow along. If you have a question about starting an account or getting a log on, you can contact us prior to the class and we'll be happy to help you with that. Otherwise, sign up and register because space is limited on this one.
Okay.
Trivia night on Monday, November 14th at 6:30. We will be back at the Harvest Room on this night for 2 hours of trivia and prizes. I know, Sue, you were actually there at the other night at Harvest Room.
At Harvest Room. And I will tell you, it is really fun. I mean, there's questions that you can answer and you're so proud of yourself. And then there's questions that are like, wow, I don't have any idea what that is. And that's what makes it fun. And it's a great crowd of people. Everybody's there to have a good time.
Yeah, it is. We have a lot of fun. We do. We joke around. So yeah, please sign up early for this. This program fills up routinely, everybody. You must email the Harvest Room. Go to our website at phlibrary.org and you'll see the email there. You need to register. Do it now so you can get in because it does close up. It fills up very fast. So please, if you're interested, do it quickly. Do not hesitate.
Okay, that's good.
All right. And then we're on Tuesday, November 15th at 6:30. We're going to talk about heart healthy holidays. We're excited to be working again with Northwestern Hospital, the Medicine's Leishman Center for Culinary Health on this 1-hour virtual demonstration of how to create decadent, heart healthy holiday recipes. So just because it has healthy in the title doesn't mean it cannot be delicious. So we're going to learn about that. You're going to have recipes will be given out to you at this. This is a virtual presentation, but they'll be in the chat for you to look at. So you can maybe test them out for the holidays that are coming up, Thanksgiving around the corner or Christmas down in a couple weeks, or just for everyday living, because who doesn't want to be more healthy every day?
And you really look for those new recipes that there's so many more ways to cook things that, you kind of get used to cooking your own way. And sometimes you don't experiment. And it's nice to have something that's refreshing and new and healthy and good for your whole family. I love that.
Yeah, and these are the folks who know about health, right? From the Northwestern Medicine, Palos Hospital. So we're excited to be collaborating with them again. So join us for that. Then coming up on Sunday, November 20th, Sunday at the Cinema, Where the Crawdads Sing. This is the movie based on the book that came out a couple years ago that just went crazy popular. So we're going to be showing the movie in-house. So come on out and join us for 2 hours and 5 minutes of this book. The movie.
That's great.
On the book. I mean,
if you're like me, I wanted to see it and I just missed it. Read the book, loved the book, and I would love to see this movie. It's great. That's a great thing to offer.
Yeah. So we're excited about that. Join us. Then coming up on Monday, November 28th, we have Android Basics. That is a computer class. You'll learn more about working with your Android phone or your tablet. Join us at 2 p.m. Register for this. This is a virtual program. Okay.
Very good.
And then we come up, Sue, to our last week of November. And as we were talking about earlier, this week is going to be, our, what we call our Marion Bright in the Heights, where we're going to have the library is going to have their holiday celebration a week long leading up to the Kris Kringle Market that's going to take place in the city on December, Friday and Saturday of the first weekend in December. So we are going to start off with ours with Christmas Gifts, 10 of the best ever given. It's a book written by lovely author Rochelle Pennington, who we absolutely love. She's done some really special programs with us over the years. She hasn't given one because she's moved out of the area, but she's actually coming back to Palos Heights just for this program because she knows that this is our special week. So we're really grateful for her to do that, and for the Friends of the Library who have sponsored this program. And her book is all about the stories which celebrate the season. She talks about 10 compelling true stories of Christmas, including the World War I Christmas tree, President Lincoln's Civil War gift from General Sherman in 1864, the hidden history behind Charles Dickens writing in his manuscript, A Christmas Carol, and much more. So, and Rochelle just does an incredible job of capturing the spirit of the holiday. And just as in person, but also in the book. So please join us for this on Tuesday, November 29th at 6:30. We're so excited to have Rochelle back with us and to celebrate our Marion Bright in the Heights.
That sounds wonderful.
Right. And then we have Baking with Beth coming back. Beth is back with her holiday cookie baking program on Wednesday, November 30th. For those of you who don't know Beth, our baking librarian, you're going to learn how to make the most 5 requested holiday cookies. Beth is quite an accomplished baker, and she's always baking for us at the library. We all love it. It's our favorite day when Beth bakes, but she's going to share her favorite top holiday recipe and cookies with you. This is an in-person program, so you can come into the library. She will have some samples for you as well. So that's Wednesday, November 30th at 6:30.
Okay. Sounds good.
And then our program for the Marion Bright in the Heights is the Madrigal Singers Holiday Concert on Thursday, December 1st at 6:30. Many of you know from our past Christmas times in Palos, we have the Madrigal Singers perform a concert in the library, a live musical concert in the library. And then we have a sing-along with our city officials. And that's what we plan on this night, the December 1st at 6:30. So please come out and join us. It's such a wonderful, festive event. You're going to leave the library just infused with holiday spirit just to get the month started again. So,
and they're so good. And it's just
oh my gosh, they're high school students, but it's like, it's an incredible. They are absolutely phenomenal.
Amazing.
Yeah. So please join us for that.
Sounds good.
That wraps us up.
Oh, that's a whole lot of fun happening, a whole lot of interesting things going on. Thanks, Janine.
Thank you.
And now, Tina, we also, I know, have a lot of wonderful things for the kiddos. What do you have out there for them?
Yes, of course. So November is a story time month. So we're bringing back our weekly story times for November. Tales for Twos is going to be on Wednesdays, November 2nd through the 23rd. And that starts at 11:30 for 24 to 35-month-old kids. So I should say, registering for any of our story times, our weekly story times, if you register for one, it automatically registers you for all of the rest throughout the month of November.
Great. Makes it easy.
And we also have our kindergarten ready story time on Wednesdays, November 2nd through the 23rd from 1, it starts at 1 o'clock, and it's for children ages 3 to 5 years old. And on Thursdays, we have Little Wigglers. That is on Thursdays, November 3rd through the 17th at 11:30 a.m. And it's for our babies, and it's teaching parents and grandparents how to like interact with their grandchildren and do some of those fun songs with them to keep them busy and start moving their hands and do some action things throughout the day.
Oh, that's so fun. And it helps, I think, too, for grandparents to go too, because they did that with their children, and it calls up those songs and all those little finger plays you used to do that you've forgotten about. It's a good thing.
Absolutely. And it gets everyone interacting and acting a little silly. So
Mhm.
people come and they think that they're going to feel out of place. Like, no, everyone is being silly and just playing with their kids. So it's a good time.
Exactly. Go for it.
On Tuesday, November 1st at 4 o'clock, we have our bottle scuba diver experiment for children grades kindergarten through third grade. So with this experiment, the kids are going to be constructing people or scuba divers out of straws and tinfoil. And then they're going to fill up a 2 liter with water. They're going to squeeze it, and they're going to see if they can get their person that they made down to the bottom of the liter bottle. So it should be a fun experiment.
It will be.
And on Monday, November 7th, for our teens, we have Thanksgiving origami at 4 o'clock. So just a different way to decorate your Thanksgiving table and, keep you busy and keep the table looking colorful as well.
I love the homemade decorations because they're precious and they're meaningful and they're really special. That's great.
Absolutely. And on Tuesday, November 8th at 4 o'clock, for our tweens in grades 4 through 8th grade, we have the Bad Art Show. So if you're bad at art, that's no problem. Come to the library, bring your creativity, and make a horrible masterpiece.
Okay.
And then at the end, we're going to vote on our favorite.
Our favorite terrible piece of art.
Yes.
Oh, that's cute.
And on Monday, November 14th at 4 o'clock, for children in grades 3rd through 5th grade, we have our 3D pumpkin craft. So children are going to be coming in and they're going to decorate a 3D pumpkin and then put it together. Again, this is another one of those decorations that they're just going to be able to put around the house as well to get into that fall spirit.
It will be. And that looks nice on a Thanksgiving table too.
Mm-hmm. And on Tuesday, November 15th at 4, for children grades kindergarten through 3rd grade, we are making DIY instruments. Now, what you see on the slide here looks like it's maracas made out of some spoons, eggshells, and some tape. And kids can decorate it and bring their own flair and then shake it all up and you have an instrument.
That is so clever. I
Mhm.
love that. I mean, that is a fun, like, have a birthday party and have everyone make their own instrument. I love that.
Yeah. And on Wednesday, November 16th, we have our Tween Graphic Novel Club. Now, this program tends to fill up quickly, so make sure that you register for it. In this Graphic Novel Club, you come to the library, you register for the program, and then we give you the book to read. You come to the program, you talk about it, and you keep the book. So,
Wow.
yes, I know. So this month, the book is Let the Monster Out. It's by Chad Lucas, and it is a thrilling mystery about facing your fears and accepting them. And if you enjoy Stranger Things, then this is the perfect book for you because it is very similar.
Okay. A little scary, a little bit.
Yeah, just a tad.
Little
The
bit.
cover alone scares me. So. And on Thursday, November 17th at 4 o'clock, for kindergarten through 3rd graders, we have Bedazzled Gourds. I'm telling you, if you come to these crafting programs that we have, your Thanksgiving table is going to look the best.
I mean, it's
than
gorgeous. Fun. Who doesn't like to bedazzle things?
Right? Look at those gourds. They look gorgeous.
They really are. Who needs like a flower arrangement when you can bedazzle gourds?
Exactly. And on Tuesday, November 22nd at 4 o'clock, again for kindergarten through 3rd grade, we have Steam Ice Magnet Painting. And you're going to be creating art, and all you need are some paints, some magnets, and some ice.
Fascinating.
Yeah. And as we mentioned earlier, we are getting excited for our Merry and Bright in the Heights week at the library. And to kick it off in our youth and teen department, we will be having an Elf on the Shelf scavenger hunt. And that is going to be running the whole week of Marion Brighton the Heights. So it starts November 28th and it runs through December 1st. All age children can participate in it. And we're going to give you riddles, and you're going to look around our youth and teen department, and you're going to try and solve the Elf on the Shelf scavenger hunt.
That's fun. It's always fun to hunt for things.
Yes. And also going on that week, we have our STEAM candy cane coding that is on Tuesday, November 29th at 4 o'clock for children in grades 3rd through 5th grade. So children are going to be using beads to code their names and kind of like make their own unique candy canes by coding their name.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. And that wraps up our week.
Wow. I mean, there is something fascinating and wonderful to do for every age group at our wonderful library. And I hope everyone takes advantage of all these great opportunities. And don't forget those special events, meaning the Veterans Day. So we honor our veterans. And don't forget that the library is closed at 5 o'clock on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And of course, Thanksgiving Day as well. Those are important to remember. Okay, well, thank you so much. I can't believe we're doing November and talking about November. It's amazing how fast time goes by when you're having fun. So I hope you have fun at the library. We'll see you next time when we meet with Tina and Janine at the library. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Sue.
Bye.
See ya.